Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
In the quiet town of Willowbrook, nestled among lush greenery and surrounded by an air of tranquility, 5 lifelong friends, Alex, Sarah, Mark, Emily, and Jake, found themselves captivated by an enigmatic artifact. As they ventured through the winding paths of an overgrown forest, they stumbled upon an aged piece of parchment that seemed to emanate an otherworldly aura. Its surface bore the weight of time, etched with faded ink that formed a haunting message, inviting them to an abandoned building known as the Torture Chamber of Despair. "Guys, look what I found," exclaimed Alex, holding the aged parchment aloft, its yellowed edges fluttering in the breeze. Sarah peered over Alex's shoulder, her eyes widening in curiosity. "What does it say?" "It's an invitation, inviting us to explore the Torture Chamber of Despair," replied Alex, his voice filled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Emily shivered, her gaze fixed on the foreboding structure in the distance. "Are you sure it's safe? I've heard stories about that place." Mark, always eager for an adventure, grinned mischievously. "Come on, Em, where's your sense of adventure? This could be our chance to experience something truly extraordinary." Jake, the group's voice of reason, interjected. "We should at least consider the risks involved. The torture chamber has a dark history." Alex nodded, his eyes flickering with determination. "You're right, Jake. But think about it. We have an opportunity to uncover the secrets of this place, to challenge our fears and forge an unforgettable experience together." Sarah hesitated, torn between caution and the allure of the unknown. "I suppose if we stick together and remain cautious, we might be able to unravel the mysteries that lie within." The group exchanged glances, a silent agreement passing between them. With hearts pounding and curiosity gnawing at their souls, they embarked on a journey that would test their bonds and their courage like never before. As twilight painted the sky in hues of purple and orange, casting long shadows upon the deserted streets, the friends approached the imposing facade of the torture chamber. The dilapidated structure stood as a testament to the ravages of time, its broken windows and crumbling brickwork hinting at the horrors that lay within. Nervous anticipation coursed through their veins, a mix of trepidation and excitement fueling their every step. Emily swallowed hard, her voice barely a whisper. "Are we really doing this?" Mark, his eyes glinting with determination, reached out to grasp her hand. "We're in this together, Em. We'll face whatever comes our way side by side." With trembling hands, they pushed open the heavy wooden door, its rusty hinges groaning in protest. A gust of stale air, laced with the scent of decay and forgotten memories, greeted their senses. They found themselves standing at the threshold of a world long abandoned, a place where darkness thrived and nightmares took form. The interior was a labyrinth of crumbling corridors, swallowed by shadows that seemed to dance with a life of their own. The friends moved cautiously, their footsteps echoing against the worn floorboards, as if the very building whispered tales of its own torment. Every room they entered bore witness to the passage of time, a discarded chair, broken glass, and fragments of shattered dreams, each telling a story of suffering and despair. Sarah's voice trembled as she spoke, her words echoing through the dimly lit hallway. "Do you feel that? It's like the air itself is heavy with the weight of sorrow." Alex nodded, his eyes darting around nervously. "We're not alone in here. I can sense it." Jake's voice cut through the tense silence. "Let's stay focused, everyone. We need to stick together and proceed with caution." As they delved deeper into the bowels of the chamber, an eerie silence enveloped them, broken only by the distant sound of dripping water and their own ragged breaths. The air grew heavy, laden with a palpable sense of malevolence. Shadows writhed and twisted, contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock their presence. Goosebumps prickled their skin as an icy breeze whispered past. carrying with it the anguished cries of those who had fallen victim to the chamber's cruel fate. Emily clutched Sarah's arm, her voice filled with apprehension. I don't know how much longer I can handle this. Sarah squeezed her hand reassuringly. We're in this together, Em. Stay strong. The group pressed on, their hearts pounding in their chests, their footsteps reverberating through the cold, desolate halls. With each step, they unraveled the enigma that lay before them, unearthing fragments of the chamber's haunting history. They pieced together tales of torment, of lost souls trapped within its sinister embrace, and of the psychopath who had reveled in their suffering. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, sending shivers down their spines. Fear gripped their hearts as they hurried toward the source of the sound, their instincts driving them forward. They burst into a dimly lit chamber, the epicenter of the chamber's malevolence. A flickering candle cast eerie shadows upon the walls, revealing glimpses of macabre artwork that adorned the room. In the center stood a figure shrouded in darkness, his presence exuding a malefic aura that sent shivers down their spines. The moment hung suspended, the weight of their fears pressing upon them as they prepared to confront the embodiment of their nightmares. Sarah, her voice laced with determination, addressed the shadowy figure. Who are you? What do you want from us? A low, chilling chuckle echoed through the chamber as the figure slowly turned to face them. His eyes gleamed with a sinister light as he spoke, his voice dripping with malice. Welcome, my dear guests, to the torture chamber of despair. Prepare to face your darkest fears and endure the true meaning of suffering. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as the figure in front of them spoke, his words seeping into the very depths of their souls. Fear swirled within her, but she couldn't let it consume her. She had to find the strength to face whatever twisted challenges awaited them. With a trembling voice, Sarah managed to respond. What do you mean by enduring the true meaning of suffering? Who are you? The figure stepped forward, his silhouette dancing in the dim candlelight. I am known as the Keeper of Despair. This chamber is my domain, and those who enter must confront their deepest fears and endure unimaginable torment. The friends exchanged anxious glances, their minds racing with questions. How had they stumbled upon such a malevolent place? What did this Keeper of Despair want from them? Alex, his voice quivering, mustered the courage to speak up. Why have you invited us here? What purpose does our suffering serve? A wicked smile crept across the keeper's face, revealing rows of jagged, yellowed teeth. Oh, my dear guests, you have been chosen for a special role in the dark tapestry of this chamber. Your fear, your pain, these are the threads that will weave my ultimate masterpiece of despair. Mark's voice cracked with defiance. We won't be pawns in your sadistic game. We demand to be set free. The keeper's laughter echoed through the chamber, chilling their bones. You misunderstand, dear Mark. Freedom is not an option here. You have crossed the threshold, and now you must face the consequences. Suddenly, the room grew colder, the air thick with an invisible force that seemed to wrap around their bodies like a vice. The flickering candle flames danced wildly, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. Panic gripped their hearts as they realized the true magnitude of the horrors that awaited them. Emily's voice trembled as she whispered, What do we do now? How do we escape this nightmare? Jake, ever the voice of reason, scanned the chamber for any sign of a way out. We can't let fear paralyze us. We need to stay strong and find a way to outsmart the Keeper. There must be a hidden secret, a weakness we can exploit. As they searched the chamber, their hands trailed along the rough, aged walls, desperate for any clue that could guide them to salvation. They discovered ancient writings etched into the stone, cryptic symbols that hinted at the dark rituals once performed within these walls. Each symbol seemed to pulse with an unholy energy, sending shivers down their spines. Sarah's eyes widened with a sudden realization. Look, these symbols, what if they hold the key to our escape? Perhaps there's a hidden passage or a secret mechanism that can unlock our freedom. Driven by a renewed sense of purpose, the friends carefully deciphered the symbols, connecting the dots to reveal a hidden message. It spoke of sacrifice and redemption, of facing one's fears head-on in order to break free from the clutches of the torture chamber. Mark's voice brimmed with determination. If facing our fears is the path to freedom, then that's exactly what we'll do. We won't let this chamber break us. As they prepared to confront their deepest nightmares, a low, haunting melody reverberated through the chamber. It filled the air with a haunting beauty, intertwining with the whispers of lost souls that seemed to echo from every corner. The keeper's voice sliced through the ethereal music. "Your time has come. Step into the depths of your terror and embrace the true essence of suffering." With bated breath, the friends steeled themselves for what lay ahead. They knew that the journey within the torture chamber of despair would test their limits and push them to the edge of their sanity. But they also understood that only by conquering their fears could they hope to find a way out. Together, hand in hand, they ventured deeper into the darkness, each step forward filled with trepidation and resolve. The symphony of terror crescendoed around them, the haunting melody intensifying their unease. What awaited them in the depths of the torture chamber? What horrors would they encounter as they faced their deepest fears? The answers lay ahead, shrouded in the shadows of the unknown. As the friends ventured deeper into the darkness of the torture chamber of despair, the air grew thicker with a suffocating malevolence. Each step they took was fraught with trepidation, the weight of their fears pressing upon them. Shadows twisted and writhed around them, seeming to take on grotesque forms, as if the very essence of their nightmares had materialized within the chamber. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as they entered a room engulfed in an eerie glow. Flickering candlelight revealed disturbing images etched on the walls, agonized faces, twisted bodies, and scenes of unimaginable horror. The chamber seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy, filling their senses with a cacophony of unsettling sights and sounds. Emily clutched at her chest, her voice barely a whisper. "I can't do this anymore, it's too much." Mark stepped forward, his eyes blazing with determination. "We can't turn back now. We're in this together, remember? We have to face our fears head on." The room seemed to amplify their innermost terrors, each friend confronting a personalized nightmare that taunted them mercilessly. Alex was trapped in a claustrophobic space, walls closing in around him as he struggled to breathe. Sarah found herself pursued by a relentless specter, its piercing gaze drilling into her soul. Jake battled against an invisible force, his every movement met with resistance and aggression. And Emily was ensnared in a web of endless darkness, her pleas for escape falling on deaf ears. Their individual ordeals tested their resilience and resolve, threatening to break their spirits. Yet, fueled by their friendship and an unyielding determination to survive, they refused to succumb to the chamber's insidious grip. Each friend summoned an inner strength they never knew existed, pushing through their fears and finding newfound courage. As they conquered their individual challenges, the room transformed, shifting into a labyrinthine corridor filled with ominous whispers and disembodied moans. The walls seemed to breathe, pulsing with a sickening rhythm that sent chills down their spines. It was as if the chamber itself reveled in their struggles, delighting in their torment. They pressed forward, driven by an insatiable desire to escape this nightmare. Desperate for answers, they sought any clue that would lead them to freedom. Mark's sharp eyes caught a glimmer of light beneath a cracked floorboard, hidden beneath layers of dust and decay. With trembling hands, Mark pried the floorboard open, revealing a secret compartment. Inside lay a tarnished key, its intricate design seemingly at odds with the chamber's deranged aesthetics. Hope surged within them, a flicker of light in the depths of darkness. Sarah grasped the key, her voice trembling with a mix of excitement and trepidation. "Could this be it? The key to our escape?" Jake nodded, his eyes shining with renewed determination. "There's only one way to find out. Let's keep going." Armed with the key, the friends pressed on, their hearts pounding in anticipation. The chamber seemed to react to their progress, its malevolence intensifying as they neared their ultimate confrontation with the Keeper of Despair. They found themselves in a vast chamber, its walls adorned with macabre art depicting scenes of unimaginable suffering. The atmosphere crackled with an electric charge, sending shivers down their spines. The air grew heavy with an almost tangible darkness, as if the very essence of despair hung in the balance. And there, at the center of the chamber, stood the Keeper, a towering figure wreathed in shadows, his features obscured by a tattered cloak. The room seemed to quiver in his presence, the air alive with an otherworldly energy. The Keeper's voice echoed through the chamber, resonating with a chilling finality. "Congratulations, my dear guests. You have come so far, but the true test awaits you now. Prepare to face your greatest fear." A confrontation that will determine your fate within the torture chamber of despair. The friends stood before the keeper of despair, their hearts pounding in their chests, their breaths shallow with anticipation. The chamber seemed to hold its breath, as if even the air recognized the weight of the impending confrontation. Sarah stepped forward, her voice trembling but determined. We have faced our fears, endured the trials of this chamber. Now we demand our freedom. The keeper's cold laughter reverberated through the room, chilling them to the bone. Freedom, you say? Freedom is an illusion within these walls, but I admire your resilience. You have proven yourselves worthy adversaries. A surge of anger swelled within Alex. We will not be your playthings trapped in this nightmare forever. Give us the means to escape or face the consequences. The keeper's eyes glinted with a perverse delight. Very well. I shall grant you a chance at freedom. But know this, the path to escape is treacherous and the cost will be steep. With a wave of his hand, the chamber shifted, revealing a hidden doorway bathed in an ethereal glow. The friends exchanged glances, their resolve unyielding. As they stepped toward the doorway, a chilling voice echoed in their minds, a warning that sent shivers down their spines. Beware, for the price of your freedom is the sacrifice of another. Choose wisely, for your decisions will shape your fate. Mark turned to his friends, his voice filled with determination. We've come too far to turn back now. We cannot let this chamber claim another victim. Together, we'll find a way. They stepped through the doorway, leaving the keeper behind, their hearts heavy with the weight of their choices. The world beyond was a stark contrast to the torment they had endured, filled with light and life. But the price of their freedom loomed over them, a haunting reminder of the darkness they had escaped. As they ventured into the unknown, the torture chamber of despair faded into the background, but its memory would forever haunt their dreams. They were forever changed, bound by the shared experience that forged an unbreakable bond between them. Little did they know their journey was far from over. The true horrors that awaited them in the outside world would test their friendship, their sanity, and their very existence. But for now, they took solace in their escape, cherishing the fragile hope that they had triumphed over the malevolence of the torture chamber. Together they braved the unknown, ready to face whatever terrors lay ahead. And so the friends ventured into the abyss, their fates intertwined, their resolve unyielding. The true nature of their ordeal had yet to be revealed, and the chamber's secrets remained buried in the depths of